8 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pick.
Here's 2nd and 8. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Forced out to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
A 34-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that's going to tie things at 20. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
From the 29, Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dexter Lawrence coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Looking to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 16 yards. And a first down on the Chiefs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be fourth and short.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Now a carry here for the fullback. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
Mahomes now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he's got some space here.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
2nd and 6 from the 10.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 6. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now Mahomes. touchdown.
Kadarius Toney, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they will take a 7-point lead. A 10-play drive that time.
And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup.
They're going to look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4.
It's 4th down.
One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense set to go.
And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offense coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes.
That's complete to Toney. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, a 22.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Mahomes going to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Dexter Lawrence picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The downside of the defense is that they're dealing with a team that's in their red zone, but the upside, not much room to work with for the offense. Fewer windows in the zone for them to throw into. Tough for a quarterback to get throw off before the pressure ends up getting to him.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a two-score game. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Raiders offense ready to go. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he rifles one incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now back to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. When you're trailing in the fourth quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack didn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Fielded at the 20.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. They'll set up to throw. And this one's incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 14. A very solid gain of 27. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
This will be caught just inside the 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth-quarter lead. And that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Fields it right around the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 2 touchdowns. 2:22 on the clock. Deuces wild. It's certainly a tough situation on the road, needing 2 scores to stay alive in the playoffs as they come up 1st and 10. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.